Fedorov, we have to put this statement in the context in which it happens. This occurs just hours after Volodymyr Zelensky nominated Yevhen Khmara as defense minister, a decision that still has to be accepted or refused by the Ukrainian parliament. Now, knowing that he's not going to be back into the government in the near future, Mykhailo Fedorov changed his stance because he had been quite mild over the months, even seeing the protests here in Ukraine. He was reminding that there was still dialogue with the president, and he was saying that he was open to return at his former job as Minister of Defense. Now, it is a U-turn that he just operated by calling for elections in the near future, saying that democracy was depending on it. He also without naming Volodymyr Zelensky, he's talking about a tyrann, he's talking about corruption and a system, an old system that plays into Russia's hands. So definitely a change of tone, to which the presidential office seems to have responded by saying that it was not opposed to elections, but that out of security concerns, there was an issue as to how to organize them. Now, what's going to be interesting to watch in the next hours, in the next days, will be the reaction of the Rada. Will MPs in the Ukrainian parliament be open to what Mykhailo Fedorov has just said? Will people gather en masse in new protests following this speech? And definitely what's the main takeaway is that that's definitely a U-turn from what Mykhailo Fedorov had previously said. He had stood next to Volodymyr Zelensky since 2019 as a Minister of Digitization, Deputy Prime Minister, and finally Defense Minister.
Now, Mykhailo Fedorov is making this call. He is highly popular among the Ukrainian people. Is that in any way going to push Volodymyr Zelensky and his government to hold elections, or is it completely unlikely?
Well, we'll have to see. You've mentioned the martial law that we live under here in Ukraine since the full-scale invasion. This constitutionally prevents the country to hold elections for security reasons, also because it's not possible as is for everyone in Ukraine to vote, even if they are entitled to. I'm thinking about the millions of displaced people, the millions of refugees, the hundreds of thousands of soldiers on the front line. And that's also what Mykhailo Fedorov touched upon. He called for a reform of the system that would allow those people to vote, so elections could be organized in the near future. So constitutionally, it is not possible right now to hold elections. However, what Mykhailo Fedorov just did was to put pressure on the government to look into possibilities to hold elections.